You ever look around your house and think, I need to go shopping? Chances are you really don't. You probably just need to go looking, because half the stuff we want to buy is literally already in our house. Sometimes you just got to get a little creative. Today, I'm sharing easy repurposing ideas that are cheap, quick, and actually useful. Let's go. I needed somewhere to store my tea bags and K-cups without having them on the counter. So I grabbed this microwave popcorn box and covered it with black contact paper to make it look nice and to make it easier to clean. Then I glued a couple of pieces of cardboard together, covered that with contact paper, and attached it to one side of the box. I mounted the box to the underside of a shelf hanging in my kitchen. Then I took the bottom portion of the tea box itself, covered that, and used it to hold the tea bags upright. Now I can store my tea bags and K-cups without taking up counter space and without spending any extra money shopping for a storage solution, which, as many of you know, is one of my favorite amounts of money to spend. You can also use something like this for seasoning packets or other lightweight items that tend to scatter around a cabinet. The next thing I needed was somewhere to hold my weights in the living room, because that's where I work out, but I also wanted the storage to match my all-white decor. So I grabbed a small Amazon box, covered the outside with white vinyl, and took a white handkerchief that I wasn't using and glued it to the inside. And you can use any old piece of fabric or cut up an old stained shirt, and I just added whatever little odds and ends I already had that I thought would make it cute. And fortunately, cute is a very flexible design category. A box like this can hold remote controls, charging cords, or any miscellaneous things that are useful but not always attractive. You don't want to buy several dollars worth of supplies just to use one free cardboard box. But when you're using things you already own, like fabric or a scarf or wrapping paper or some leftover vinyl or contact paper, you can create storage that fits both your space and your decor. I also had some items that I needed to store under my bed, so I grabbed this large flat box that originally held a ring light because, I make YouTube videos. I secured the sides with duct tape, and that was really all it needed. Any wide, shallow packaging, maybe from a flat screen TV or shelving unit, can work great as underbed storage. And it might not last forever, and you can just upgrade it later, but in the meantime, it can save you from spending $30 just to discover you don't even like storing things under your bed. You know how you search through your purse and cannot find your keys, even though you know you just dropped them in there? Somehow a purse can make a full set of keys disappear, but you can always find that old piece of chewing gum nobody wants. I was about to buy one of those retractable key ring holders to clip inside my purse, but then I remembered I had a binder clip. Now I can attach the binder clip inside my purse, and my keys stay easily accessible instead of taking their usual vacation at the bottom of my bag. There is no reason to buy new notebooks and little journals when you have unused greeting cards lying around. I scored a line about 1/8 of an inch from the original crease and folded it to create a little binding space. Then I found an old composition book that my kids didn't finish using for school and cut out the remaining pages. And after intelligently slicing directly into my desk, I remembered that I own a cutting mat, so I pulled that out and cut the paper down to the size of the card. Apparently the cutting mat only works when you actually use it. I added a generous amount of glue to the binding area, pressed the papers into place, and then let everything dry overnight. And this could become a purse-sized notebook, a little prayer journal, or a gratitude journal. You could also include one with a gift or make several of them as inexpensive party favors. So this just lets you enjoy them a little longer without keeping an entire box of cards that you never look at, but continue moving from shelf to shelf for the next 12 years. If you ever need envelopes, old calendars are another source of surprisingly good craft material. The pages are usually larger and sturdier than regular paper, and many of them have beautiful photographs or illustrations. can make several ahead of time and apply double-sided tape, leaving the backing on until you're ready to seal one. And that way, when you need an envelope, you already have them ready to go. Old calendar pages also make attractive small gift bags, and these work best for lightweight gifts such as jewelry or gift cards, small notebooks, or individually wrapped treats. Just make a few bags ahead of time and then keep them on hand, and then you'll have them ready when you need them. And it'll also feel more personal than something pulled from a multi-pack. You can ask the bakery department at your grocery store whether they give away their empty icing buckets. Clean the bucket thoroughly and then drill several drainage holes before adding your soil, because we want to grow vegetables, not moldy dirt. Depending on the size, these buckets are perfect for holding herbs, peppers, tomatoes, lettuce, greens, and lots of other vegetables. And a light colored bucket is probably most helpful because really dark containers may get too hot in direct sunlight. Repurposed food buckets are really useful when you want to grow several plants without spending most of your garden budget on the containers. So before you buy another organizing bin or some life-changing product, shop your house first, because the stuff you already have can do a lot more than sit in a drawer collecting dust and emotional baggage. Drop a comment and tell me which repurpose idea you are going to try first. And remember, use what you've got before you shop. And that's not just a catchphrase, it is a budget strategy. If this video was helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share it with some friends and family, and I will see you next time. Bye.